Hey guys. Okay, it's time to get comfy. We're having a serious conversation today. So this video has been something that I've been thinking about making for a while. I know, I feel like I just share so much of my life with you guys that it's only fair that I'm open and honest about every chapter and just how I'm feeling. I feel like it's also a good thing for me, myself, because when I feel like I'm hiding things and how I feel with you guys, it's kind of like hard for me. Like, I like being open with you guys and honest because I don't like feeling like I'm hiding anything or whatever. And then content wise, it's just a lot more easy when I can be transparent about every single thing going on in my life and in my brain and just all of that. So I'm gonna try to kind of just keep this video super simple. I really just want this to feel like a conversation between two friends. I've had this conversation with a lot of different people and I've just been going through a lot mentally, and I kind of want to talk about it and talk about just like where I'm at in life and what this next chapter of my life is gonna look like. And I feel like, okay, let's just cut to the chase. This video is clearly titled Why I Am Leaving LA, and yeah, that's basically the moral of the story. I am leaving LA. My lease is up in a month and I am not planning on re-signing it or staying in Los Angeles after that. This is kind of like, it's been really confusing for me, and I kind of just want to go through it all because I feel like things have just been confusing the last few months. And in my videos, like, I don't know, I've said different things and I kind of just want it to be all out there. I want to be completely honest. It's like, I just want it to be completely transparent how I've felt from the jump with my move out to LA. So if you don't know, I don't know why you'd be watching this if you like don't know my backstory, but I moved to Los Angeles, California, all by myself a year ago. I went in March and I was planning on staying there for only 2 months and then coming back home to New York and then like figuring out if I was gonna go and actually move there. It was kind of like a trial run, the 2 months were supposed to be. I ended up signing a year-long lease only like 2 weeks, I think, into being in California, and I didn't really like listen to myself. Like, it was supposed to be 2 months full out and then come back home and think about it, and it was supposed to be a slow thing, and I kind of just rushed myself into it. I think that part of me knew that if I stayed for the full 2 months in an Airbnb like I was planning on doing, I wouldn't have ended up staying, and I felt like I needed to, so I kind of just pushed myself into signing a lease. So I was kind of like forced and I didn't really have a choice. And I don't know why I did that to myself. I don't know why I felt like I had to do it. It was kind of like I had to prove it to myself, or I'm not even quite sure. If you've been following me for a while or keep up, you would know that moving to California has always been like my dream, and I don't even know fully why. I just think that like with what I do and doing social media, I've always felt like that's where I need to be to succeed and to be successful, and that's just not the fucking truth. Like, you don't need to be in Los Angeles to do social media. Like, you don't have to follow everybody else's footsteps. You could do your own thing and be fine. And I think it took me a while to realize that. But yeah, so ever since I was 13 years old, I've always said I'm going to move to California. It's always been in my mind. There's never been anything that could change that. Like, I've always been set on moving there, and it's always been like my main goal. And I feel like I had to do it for myself. It was kind of like a bucket list thing. I don't know, because the first month that I was in LA in March of 2021, or yeah, 2021, I remember like touring all of the apartments and being there, but I wasn't fully actually like excited. Like, it was a super weird feeling that I felt, and obviously, yeah, it could be because it was a huge change and I was going through a lot of different things, but like, I feel like I should have been a lot more excited, and I almost was just doing it because, again, I felt like I had to do it. And I'm glad that I did. I don't regret going to LA. Like, I've met so many amazing people and I've experienced things that I never thought I would, and I really got to experience the full like LA typical like influencer life, and that was cool for a minute. But I just kind of realized really fast it's just not my scene. It's not my thing. I don't care to like be at these parties with fucking TikTokers and shit, and like I don't know, like I just felt like it just drained me. Like anytime I left my apartment and went out to a party or the club or wherever, I always went home feeling worse and just feeling drained. Like my energy just was sucked out, and that's not how life should be. Like, I don't know. Okay, I'm editing this and I feel like I kept getting kind of like off track a little bit, and I just had a lot on my mind, so I was just like talking a lot. So I just am gonna come in and pop in when I feel like I need to add things in, basically. But obviously I know that like I didn't need to be going out and going to these parties and like going to clubs and stuff. Like I obviously know I could just stop and like change my lifestyle in LA, and I think that I touch on it a little bit later in the video. But I just like realized other things too. One, I realized that like the going out and like nightlife and like all of that scene just like wasn't for me. And then I realized other things that made me realize that I just like don't need to be in LA. Right now I'm in LA, by the way. Yeah, I filmed this video in New York. But basically that was kind of just a realization moment for me that like I don't like the nightlife party, like being in like the influencer scene all the time is what I was saying. Like sometimes it is fun, I'll give it that, but I was just doing it so much that it started draining me and making me feel like shit. And it has absolutely nothing to do with LA. Like, I think that California is a really cool place, and I think that there's so much more to LA than the influencer life and all of that and the influencer world. And I get it. People are always like, influencers ruin LA, like you're part of the problem, like how can you complain about these influencers? But it's not even about them. Like I could care less. Like it's just like the environment drained me, and it wasn't like something that was actually making me feel happy. And something else I want to quickly say, I do social media full time as my job, and I felt like when I went out in LA to like go and like have fun and let loose and like disconnect from work, I just went out and saw like all the people that I see on my fucking TikTok For You page like every single time, and it just like there's like no escape, I feel like, from social media when you're in LA. Like I don't want social media to be like my entire life. Like it already is enough as is doing it as a job, you know, and you need that escape. And it just felt like, I don't know, like obviously, like I just said, I didn't need to be going to those things, but it kind of like sucks you in. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like you would only really know if you experience it yourself, because when people would say this before I lived here, I didn't get it fully, but it really sucks you in. Like it's hard to like say no, which sounds really stupid, but whatever. If I'm paying all this money to live in a place, I better be fucking happy. Like I don't know, I just LA and California in general, because I've seen so many different areas of California, and so many people will be like you aren't even giving it a fair chance, like you're not going to other areas of California or whatever, like try out Newport, try out this place, that place, whatever. And like, yeah, those places are beautiful, and I've gone to them and I've seen them and I love them, and I do love California, but it's like, for me, I'm just like, there's no point for me to be there. Like, I don't know, I've kind of come to the realization that for me in life, what's most important is my family and my friends that I've grown up with my entire life, who I literally love more than anything. And those are the people that I want to, like, I'm like getting emotional right now, but like I've just realized a lot in this past year, and those are the people I want to be surrounded with in my life. Like life is so fucking short, and I know what makes me happy, and I don't know, I want to be around them. Like I want to be around my family, I want to be around my hometown friends, like I want to be closer to them. That's what brings me joy at the end of the day, and those are the people that make me feel the best to be around. And that's just what I've realized. And so staying in California just doesn't make sense, because it's like, why would I force myself to be in this place when I'm not even happy? Like it just doesn't make sense. It's just been such a mindfuck for me, because I really thought that this was what I wanted, and it just didn't turn out how I wanted it to be. And that's kind of just life, you know, like not everything's gonna be how you think it's gonna be, and that's fine. And I'm glad I went, because I have grown so much in this past year, and I've met people that I wouldn't have met or I wouldn't have reconnected with, and I have such great friends that I've met out in California, and I love them so much, and I know that they're gonna be in my life forever. So like, I know that I needed to go to California to, you know, meet those people and learn these lessons and get burned by people and get hurt and get my heart broken and just experience more of life. And now I feel like I've grown a shit ton from it, and now I know what I want, and I know what I want out of life, and I know what's important to me. It's just not what I thought it would be. Yeah, that's kind of why I want to leave LA. And for the next chapter, I'm currently, okay, I didn't even address the situation. I'm currently sitting in my hotel room in New York City. Kiara and I literally booked this flight last minute. This video, I don't know if it's gonna go up before or after the New York vlog. We both were kind of just going through it, and she came over and we were like, Teo like FaceTiming, he was coming, and we literally just booked it 24 hours in advance. So I'm sitting in the hotel room. I go back to LA tomorrow. But yeah, I'm in this hotel room looking out at New York City, and I have felt so happy this past week, and I've seen like my friends from home and Anna, and I don't know, like just the way that I feel here, I just feel so confident and I feel so happy and I feel like at home, and I don't know, but yeah, so I felt like this video is fitting to make here. But to explain further, I feel like a lot of people are like, why are you going home? Like you're giving up, like you're just going home. Like people keep saying that, but I don't think you guys or some people understand. I grew up outside of New York City. I grew up in the suburbs. So it's not like I'll be moving back. Oh, because if it wasn't obvious enough, I'm going to be moving to New York City after my lease is up in LA. I'm not sure exactly when because I want to find the perfect apartment, but anyway, yeah, so it's not like I'm just moving back in with my parents and like staying in my hometown. Like New York City is an amazing city and people dream of being here, and I don't think that I took it for granted when I lived closer. I for sure took it for granted, and I didn't realize how much I love it and how I feel when I'm here and stuff. And yeah, so obviously like I feel like you can grow so much in New York, and I'm gonna meet so many people and I'm gonna learn so much about myself, but I just feel like it's just, this is where I want to be, and I don't know, this is where I need to be. And I'm not saying I'm never gonna go back to California or never go back to LA. Like who fucking knows what the future holds. Like I never would have thought that a year after living there I would end up back in New York and living in New York City. Like I always used to say that I would never live in New York City. And I also want to address, because I made a Q&A I think like 2 months ago, and I said that I think that I'll be in LA for like the next 2 years. And even when I was saying that in that video, I didn't even believe it. Like I don't even know why I said that, because it was almost like I still was like trying to like trick myself into like not feeling the way that I know I feel. I didn't want to admit it even to myself that I was feeling that way, and I don't know why. Like it's so weird. Like I felt like I was giving up in a way, but I did it. I experienced it. I realized I didn't like it, and I don't need to stay and force myself to be miserable to like prove something to myself. It's just so dumb. But yeah, oh my god, my camera's gonna die. Fuck. I'm like on a roll. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to get this off my chest. So my lease in LA is up at the end of March. So after that, I'm going to be moving back to New York City. I need to find a place still. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what the future holds. But all I know is that for this point in time in my life, this is where I need to be. And I'm such a family girl. I'm so close to my family, and being far from them sucks. This past year, I lost my grandpa, and I think that made me realize like life is so damn short, and these are the people that I want to be around. Like I want to be around my family, and I want to be close to them, and I want to experience my 20s in New York City with my best friends since I'm like fucking 4, you know? Like that's exciting to me, and that's fun, and that's happy, and that's happiness, and it just brings me joy, and that's just what I want out of my life. And everyone's different, and yeah, I might be like settling, or not even settling, I might be leaning towards the comfier option for me, but you know what, like I'm leaning towards what's gonna make me fucking happy, because at the end of the day I want to look back and remember happy times, and yeah, I've had happy times in LA, don't get me wrong. I've had some great times, I've made great memories, but overall, the way that I feel there isn't how I want to feel. Like, it just isn't. And the way that I feel here is so insanely different and better and happier, and it's just like insane. Like, I just have to make this change for myself. Yeah. So I'm gonna be moving back to New York, but I'm gonna be living in New York City. So things are gonna get really exciting, and I'm so excited. I just know that this is what's right for me, and I hope that you guys understand. And I don't know why I'm kind of scared to post this. I'm kind of scared to see what people are gonna say, but I know what's right for me. I know myself, and I know how I feel, and that's really it. I hope that I hit everything. I don't know if I said everything that I wanted to say, but don't let social media fool you, because I feel like I showed a lot of the good times in LA. Like, I only showed the good times in LA. You don't even understand how many clips from the past like 6 months that there have been, like from when I'm filming like a weekly vlog or a day in my life, of me like talking to the camera, just venting while I'm driving around, being like, I feel so lost, I don't know why I'm here. Okay guys, my camera died, so this is on my iPhone now. But like I was saying, yeah, there's been so many clips that I've just deleted and not put in the vlogs of me just venting to the camera, saying how lost I feel and how I love California, but I feel like every day I'm like, why am I here? Like, what is there here for me? Like, what am I doing with my, like, why am I, like, I just felt so lost. And I know people are like, this is all, like, this is so sudden, whatever, but I've been having these thoughts for a long time, and I've just been ignoring it and not wanting to admit it. And yeah, I've been feeling this way for a while, and yeah, I just kept like putting it off and pushing it aside because I didn't want to deal with that emotion, and I didn't want to like admit it to myself. It's so weird, I don't know, man, but it's how I feel. I feel really good to have gotten it off of my chest. I feel like there's something else I wanted to say. I can't remember. When I originally was moving to LA, I told myself like, oh, I'm gonna like start all these different things. There's a lot of different like business things that I would like to start. Like, I want to start a podcast. I want to start a couple of different companies and brands. Like, I want to start things, more things. And I told myself once I move to California, I'm going to start them. And I feel like not having that support system there, and like that's not an excuse. Like, it's all on me for sure, and it's not Ellie's fault, but like I didn't do any of the things I said I was going to do when I moved there. Like, I said all these things, but I was so distracted by the lifestyle there, and I wasn't motivated to work. It was a really weird feeling. I think that the LA lifestyle, at least the one that I was experiencing, like I was surrounded by a lot of like partying and clubbing and just like all of that, I don't know, and it kind of just like sucked me in and made me distracted. And I feel like that's a me problem, but it also was just like the environment. It just made me feel so weird. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. And yeah, everybody has different experiences in LA, and everybody has different experiences in general in life. So it's like, that was just my experience. And I don't know, I felt really weird there. Like, I just felt drained all the time, and I didn't feel like I was just where I was meant to be. And I never thought that would happen, but it did. And not everything is how you think it's gonna go. Like, I really thought that I was gonna move to LA and have the best life ever and stay there for years and years and years and be so happy and whatever the fuck, and get away from my hometown and go as far as possible. And I don't know, like, you can't plan your life. Like, things are gonna happen the way that they're supposed to happen. You're gonna end up where you're meant to end up, and you can't control shit. Like, life is gonna take you for a fucking adventure, because like, I really thought, like, I had in my head, oh, I'm gonna stay in LA for a few years, and then I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna blah, 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 whatever. No, apparently things don't go how you plan them, because you can't plan anything, because life just takes you for a fucking whirlwind. And I don't know, but I'm happy with my decision. I'm happy to be coming to New York City. I'm so excited. I have so much fun every time I'm in New York City. Even when I'm just sitting here right now in this hotel room looking out at the city, like, I feel so calm and at peace and happy, and just, it feels right. That's really all I could say, is that it feels right. It feels comforting to know that my family is like an hour away and I could see them more, and that makes me happy. Like, I want to be able to go see my family, and I don't know, man, like, that's just how I fucking feel. And I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. So I guess I'm gonna end this video, but I wanted to be honest with you guys and tell you guys how I feel and what I'm doing in my life, because I feel like I've been hinting it, and I haven't been trying to keep it a secret, but I feel like you guys need an explanation and to get inside my head and know how I've been feeling, because it's been a lot for me and I've been holding a lot in. The amount of little video diaries I have on my laptop are insane of me like talking about this situation in photo booth. It's crazy because I needed to get it out somewhere, but I wasn't quite ready. But this trip really like sealed the deal for me and solidified it, and it made me realize, like, yes, like this is the right decision for me. It just is. Yeah, as of right now, this is where I need to go with my life. So I'm gonna bring you guys along all the adventures, moving, and all of that. So stay tuned for that. Get excited, because things are gonna get better and things are gonna get really exciting, and I feel like I'm gonna be a lot happier, and that's what's important. So yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for listening to me, and yeah, that's it. Okay. Bye.